Alright, well, here's my update. Um, if you've watched my previous videos, you know that I'm in this little battle with NVIDIA to prove that there's nothing wrong with my equipment, and that there's something wrong with either their software, their drivers, um, or something's wrong with the game, straight up. So, I mean, I go for a bunch of matches some nights and I'm fine, and then other nights I can't even make it through one match without crashing out. And so they kept blaming my hardware, and I've tested it, I've posted it, I stressed it out as much as I possibly could, and then some. And during those tests, I don't falter, I don't crash. But the other night, it was like I was lagging. Everything had like this micro stutter, and it started getting worse and worse and worse. And then, because I'm thinking, for the last 3 weeks, I'm trying to tune my system. I'm checking all my stuff. I'm making sure it's all good, that the hardware's not bad, that that my overclocks are good. Couldn't figure it out. So I finally figured, if I can go through these grueling tests, you're talking Prime 95, which I don't like putting my system through. Intel's extreme overclocker, real bench. There's a couple others, but not off the top of my head, I just can't remember. But I dialed in my settings, everything's perfect. I go through the tests. I even torture test the GPU along with the cache, along with the memory, along with the CPU all at one time, just to see if I was just drawing too much power. Recorded everything Excel spreadsheet wise, and I came up with no anomalies. And it's just always linked to DirectX 12 or stuff like that. It was just like a band-aid error code for me. Before I put the Founders Edition 30s card in my system, I had a Titan X Pascal, liquid cooled, overclocked all to hell, under voltaged. And I would say since the game came out, was it October? So November, December, January, February, so what, 4 or 5 months, I maybe crashed out the game once. And I put the card in, I couldn't finish a match. And it wouldn't just crash to the desktop and be nice. It would freeze the entire system and take it down. So after I went through the past video and torture testing, and I got on and it crashed on me to the desktop, and then my buddies got off, and the very next round my whole system froze, and I sat there, staring at my BIOS, looking at the numbers, just questioning what could possibly be the problem. So instead of making adjustments, I got back on, and I went in and shut down everything in the services that was not necessary, all the programs, all the auto start programs, anything running in the background, everything. Got in the game and played for a while and didn't have any problems. And thought, okay. So I started loading back on a few programs at a time. One was the TeamSpeak, because I use it all the time. No problems. Got my monitoring programs going so I could, check my temperatures and stuff. No problem. And then I put on NVIDIA's, what do you call it, GeForce Experience, along with the overlay, along with broadcast, and all of a sudden I started getting those micro stutters. So I got off the game, took it off of there, and got back on. Ended up playing for a bunch more, didn't crash. So I was like, okay, well, at least I didn't crash. So today I decided to check a theory. Left everything alone. Once again, booted up with nothing running. Opened up TeamSpeak. Played for a while, no problems. The second program that I opened up, finally, hours later, was GeForce Experience. Nothing. But I haven't touched the overlay. I've got no notifications that I got any, great moves or quad kills or anything. So if it is running, it's really not picking up anything. And I would say that it was probably one of the better nights. I mean, I wasn't lagging behind. I didn't feel like everybody had a one bullet advantage on me. The graphics were smooth, and I put everything in, to a point that I usually don't have it. I got all this maxed out. This keeps defaulting to low because I guess it's just on and off in the ini file, and there really isn't a high for it. It's just on or off. I got everything as far as it'll go, and thinking that it was gonna lag me out or cause problems. This is one of the things I turned down, but I don't think really it's an issue at all. I'm going to put it back up at 90. I'll test it, but I don't think it has anything to do with it. So, in the meantime, I've uninstalled all programs, uninstalled all my drivers, which trying to find them after you no longer have driver support from your motherboard manufacturers is very difficult, and relying on Windows drivers is horrible. Got everything to a point. So all that's left is NVIDIA Broadcast. So if you can hear my fans in the background, I apologize, but that's the one thing I don't have. So, I don't know, I'm going to test the overlay a little bit more and make sure that everything's clean with those two programs. And then tomorrow I'm going to jump on with Broadcast on and see if it does anything. But if it causes me to stutter and crash, then I'm done with all of their programs. I got talked back into by them and a few friends that said, oh, I got this on NVIDIA, GeForce Experience. And I'm thinking, wow, I haven't used that program ever since they wanted us to sign a EULA and sign in. And the EULA stated basically they were going to use and monitor our entire system. Well, we all know how that went with social media. We're just collecting data for advertising purposes. Yeah, right. So, I haven't been on there since. And I heard some good things. So, I had put the hacked version, because the Titan isn't an RTX, a voice on there. And it worked. But once they released the version that you could use without cracking it open and making it work, I installed that one, and it crashed all the time. I was having problems with it. It wouldn't stay loaded. I'd have to uninstall it, reinstall it. Never thought anything about it. When I got the new card, I got talked into the GeForce thing, so I installed it, and I installed Broadcast with it because I figured, okay, why not? It's an RTX card. It'll work great. And never really put two and two together. And the first thing I should have noticed is their correspondence from customer service in email format. Of course, they never talk to you on the phone. Was me saying there has to be a problem with one of your audio programs or something along the lines of your drivers, and they defended themselves, accused my hardware, accused my overclocks, just would not listen to reason. So I jumped over all the hurdles and through the hoops that I possibly can to prove that it is definitely their software. So I'll update you if and when I freeze and crash tomorrow, because that's when I'm going to try it, and we'll see how it goes. But for right now, at least I got to this point. System's running fantastic. I'm not having any problems all night, so wish me luck that I get through the rest of it. Anyways, I wish you all luck. I'll see you out there.